exciting thing as well. So some of you would have seen, but we now have a website set up for everything max power related. So what we have on there at the moment are parts that we've designed for other people, other cars, various things that we're doing, as well as some sort of merch. So we've done, or we've had commissioned some illustrations of the 106, the Punto, and also the Project Saxo, which will be starting in towards the end of the year. So all three of those t-shirts are available on the website, so that's tmt-works.co.uk. You can pick those up. They are, I don't hold stock of those, so they are fairly bespoke from the point of view of as soon as an order comes in, it gets sent off, it gets manufactured, and then you receive it. So there is a slight lead time on that. However, I'll do everything that I can to get it to you guys as quickly as possible. All the proceeds from all of that stuff goes into either repairing with the Porsche, as you can see in the background, or to new mods and stuff for the cars as we progress forward, so that all the money ends up getting reinvested into the content that you guys love to watch. So yeah, tmt-works.co.uk, check it out, and that would be amazing. Hi guys, welcome back to Tom Mods Things. Today we are doing something fairly exciting. We are hopefully, fingers crossed, fixing the absolute cock-up that I did a few weeks ago on the Porsche. As some of you guys will have seen, some of you may have not. I'll put the video now. Yeah, so we ran out of talent. I mean, yeah, there's no other way of saying it really. Basically, we hit some oil on a roundabout, came off, and twatted it straight into a curb. So obviously, it's been a write-off. Well, not write-off, but write-off from being able to drive it for the past three or 4 weeks or so. We've been mainly concentrating on getting this thing sorted for Max Power Reunion, which has been gone. Check the video out. I'll put a little link here somewhere for going to see that. That was absolutely epic. It was a seriously good show, and having the 106 out there for the first time on its debut show was pretty special, to be honest. And yeah, it was just incredible. So go check that out. But today, what we are doing is I have picked up, or I've had a quick look around the damage that's been done to the car. Haven't fully got it on the air, but I've got the main component, which is what's going to need to be replaced, which was the whole hub assembly, because the hub had pieces sheared off of it. So we've picked a new one up of those. Well, not new, but new to me, second hand. So we're doing this on the cheap as well, because you know me, I like a bargain, and I want to make sure that I'm not paying brand new prices or getting a shop to fix it. We're going to do it ourselves. Right, so I've made a little start already, but just to give you an idea, this is the Porsche. This is the one that we smashed up. As you can see, the front end's all off at the moment. The front bumper's all sticking down here at the moment. It's all bent and cracked, so got a lot of work to do on that with aesthetics, which is why we talked about maybe changing it, because that would just make things slightly easier, and we can use it as a silver lining and stuff. And as we look down here, I've already started to take certain bits off. So we got the caliper off, discs off, ball joint for the anti-roll bar. Didn't need to do that. That basically took itself off. Then we just need to sort the ball joint out on these track rod ends, and then the lower coffin arm that sits down here. No need to do anything with that, because that actually sheared itself off from the hub anyway, so it kind of deleted itself. So we haven't got anything to worry about with that. And then the strut, we're going to leave this in for the moment. We're just going to take the whole thing out, and then we'll clean all this up and make sure that the shock isn't the bit that's leaked everything everywhere. You can see down here there was a bit of weepage going on down here, so I think we'll need to jack it up and just have a look and make sure no sort of coolant pipe or anything has decided it doesn't want to kind of be part of the car anymore. And then we'll chuck it all back together and see what happens. Right, just to give you guys a heads up, because we have the strut off and all the hub assembly. This is the culprit as to why the wheel wasn't exactly connected anymore. So I would say we're probably looking at the mess that this is, looking at potentially a new lower coffin arm as well, to be honest. I don't think it's worth keeping this as it is. It's not exactly retaining its retaining its sort of water ingress and stuff at the moment, but you can see the sort of big part that's sheared straight off. What we'll probably do just for the moment is we'll put it back together loosely with this all kind of in place, because it's probably worthwhile being able to roll the car around a bit at the moment. Kind of the driveway is fairly full, and so it'd be quite good to be able to sort of shift this around on the drive. We'll whip this joint off quickly, because this is obviously just sheared itself straight off, so we're going to need a new one of these as well. And then inside, I think everything else seems to be okay. I'm going to have a proper poke around in here anyway, just to make sure that we're not missing anything major, but I think from the looks of everything it looks like it's actually pretty good. Should probably just find out what that liquid was that was leaking, but looking at the shock and stuff, I mean it's fairly crusty as it is anyway. Should probably just make sure that all of this is actually going to be functioning correctly, so we'll take it all off anyway, and then we'll put a new hub on it and we'll chuck it all back together, and then we should then in theory be able to move this back around again. Right guys, well I think I found the first issue with what was going on here with all the seepage. It's going to be a slightly bigger job I think than what I initially intended this to be. I thought it would just be a hub, connect it all back together again, and it would be jobs are good. But just looking in here, and we can get it to zoom in, but it's looking like some of it is sheared off, because we're looking at pipe work that's not in its clips and stuff anymore. And then just in there you can see right in the middle that white bit, which I believe must have been connected to something around here. So really I need to basically get this thing up in the air, and I'm going to have to drop a subframe I think in the front just to find out what's going on, but it's not looking good. Yeah, looking like I'm going to potentially need a new steering thing, and then I'm hoping that that isn't chassis related from the point of view if it wasn't like mounted to a mounting point on the main subframe and stuff, because otherwise you know what, it's going to end up being a whole new subframe, which is going to be costly and really annoying. So yeah, so as I'm doing this quickly with Little and asleep, I'm probably gonna try and maybe jack the car up, put it on some stands up front, and then just take a look underneath. But yeah, it's not looking great. More and more starting to consider the option of breaking the whole car, to be honest, and then just sort of selling it all off and cutting losses, to be honest. But I don't know, we'll see. Let's crack on and let's just have a look at exactly what we're dealing with. Done it. So we've just jacked up the car, we've taken off the other side just to have a quick look at the severity of the damage, and it's not looking great, to be honest. It's a bit more than I was hoping for, to be honest. I think it's repairable, but it is making me question whether or not we bother putting this back together again, or we strip everything off of it and then sell it off and do something else and just cut our losses with it. But what we're basically looking at in here is, as you can go in here, let me stick the light on, see if that'll help a little bit. So that is said steering rack, and if I just try and move this, you can see where that is supposed to be fixed by the white silvery new metal, and clearly it's not attached to the subframe anymore. So it means that basically we need a whole new subframe plus all of this pipe work, and you can see up here with various bits that are coming out. There's also going to be other bits that we're probably going to need to sort out as well, to do with the leak that was happening. So I believe that leak must have just been power steering fluid. So I'm sure if we look up top, we're probably going to have no power steering fluid in this. So there's going to be some pipes that we're going to need to replace. So yeah, not brilliant, to be honest. Not exactly what I needed. What I'm probably going to do, just to get a head start, is I'm going to strip this side off of caliper, brake disc and everything as well, so that we kind of give it as much open space as possible. It's now up on jack stands on the front, so we can start to remove the under trays, because I'll show you. Porsche, because of race car, means that there's literally an underbelly that runs the whole length of the car, so it's all smoothed. So we need to remove all of these panels before we can actually get access to the subframe and everything up front anyway. So yeah, not brilliant, but again, maybe not the end of the world. We're going to cost up and have a look at what subframes and stuff cost, and then we're going to gauge and go from there. But it's looking like it's probably not going to get fixed anytime soon, due to time and money really for this at the moment. So we're just going to have to piecemeal it and do it bit by bit if we are going to repair it. If not, I'm going to look at doing a spreadsheet costing up all the bits, because this car's got a ton of cool stuff all over it, which we should be able to then sort of sell on for decent money, and then somebody will pick up the sort of rolling shell, because the engine's all fine, not a problem with that at all or anything, and all the running gear bar the steering rack is all sorted, because we've got a new hub and stuff for it anyway. So and then obviously all the carbon bits all over it. So yeah, it'd be a bit annoying to see it off, but I'm also reluctant to sell it as a whole car as well, because I've done that before with modified cars and I hate it, because you end up seeing somebody else maybe not taking as much care as you used to, ironically, obviously, with this being smashed up at the moment. But yeah, gutted. Oh well, we'll carry on and we'll see what we can do. And I'm going to plod through and just strip all this stuff off now, and then what I'll do is I'll catch up with you guys on another episode once I've done that, once I've found out exactly the amount of work that's going to be required, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, cheers guys for watching, short but sweet, but now you know exactly what's going on with the Porsche, and yeah, catch you guys on the next one. See you later.